I can't emphasize enough that you've ended up achieving the 13.5 pound weight loss this past month with 2 walking sessions, 2 days that you've done exercise in the past 28, and the diet has been loose a lot of the time, much better than before, but there hasn't been anything strict about it for the most part. And you're still down 13.5 pounds for this month with such little exercise. I think that's tremendous. And it is something to get excited about because it shows that with what you've done up to this point, which you said is very realistic, that you're achieving weekly progress and you are on track to lose over 100 pounds in a year. If you wanted to ramp that up, there are ways that that can be done, and you know what those are. You know you could add the walking sessions. You know that you can become more strict with the carbs and try and bring them down further. So there are ways to accelerate the number, but we don't want to do that in lieu of you looking at this as a realistic long-term plan. And maybe you will decide for a period of time to really focus on, I'm going to be strict for this 1 week, or I'm going to be strict for these 2 weeks, or I'm just take it a week at a time. Say for this week, I'm going to really dial everything in. I'm going to try to do 3 workouts, and I'm going to keep carbs below 50 grams a day and see how that goes. You could end up doing that. I wouldn't be offended if you did that next week. That wouldn't be the worst idea in the entire world. But I don't want you to ever embrace anything that you feel is going to be detrimental to the momentum that you've already built. You don't want to go too far, because if you go too far, it's going to end up discouraging you and could cause you to have a desire to go back to where you were before in terms of behavior. And we don't want that to happen. We want this to be not a sprint, but a marathon. We're going to get to the finish line. The finish line is there. And anytime you want to accelerate, you know that there are ways that we can do that, because we've already talked about the exercise and the carbs. You can deal with that. You can up the exercise, reduce the carbs, and you will see that number go down faster. But at this rate of weight loss, if this right now, the numbers that we're seeing, approximately 2 pounds a week, if those numbers, they're satisfactory at this stage, then you don't want to overextend yourself. You just want to make maybe the small concessions towards getting a little bit tighter with getting in less carbs on certain days, maybe, and not necessarily making up for it on other days, but trying to make a day or two out of the week low carb, and then the other ones looser to resemble what you've been doing. So if you take a Thursday and a Tuesday as an example, just picking days out randomly and say that those 2 days I'll keep the carbs low, I'll keep them at under 50 grams a day, and on the other days I'm going to be looser like I've been on the diet, and then see how that goes. See how if it feels, because you're not having 2 consecutive days of low carbs. You're just saying this day and that day, and the rest of the time is going to be a lot more flexible. And same with cardio. If I can get 2 days in, I can pick 2 days, and then I know that the other 5 days I don't have to worry about that. So it's not overextending yourself, not pushing yourself beyond what it is that you're able to integrate into your life.